wearing today?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Cool design, obviously. A great honor for him going to the All-Star game. So, cool to, I think, enjoy that. Do something different, and that's what that weekend's all about. I think be a big hit, especially his personality and his style, and just the energy he brings out on the ice. So it'd be cool for fans, and I'm sure a lot of the young generation checking those out and some of the cool things he did with that.
So the team posted a video in the room after the game. Were you on to Liljegren and Giordano with the whole belt thing, or was that did they get you there?
Yeah, I wasn't really sure, and we seemed a little awkward there at first, and then Gio came over, so just a nice way to finish off a great day and a good win. Like I said, it was a great honor, and my teammates and the organization and so many people that reached out just made it even that much more special and a great day. So, thrilled about it. It was really enjoyable. Great to get there, but like I said, push forward and looking ahead, and excited about tomorrow's challenge and continuing the season and growing and trying to get better.
What stands out about the challenge in Game 1001 against Boston?
Well, I think no secret. Obviously, what they've been doing this year has been extremely impressive, and just the level that you need to play at. Obviously the depth that they've shown, the ability to play different types of games, the confidence they have, and their identity for a long time with the core of their group, and how they demand a lot, and they challenge you in all facets. So we know we have to be at our best, and tomorrow's a great test before the break.
What's your perspective on how Ilya's handling the workload? Because these aren't just the fact he's playing some pretty emotional games. Countryman in net at the other end, a Vezina winner, his old team. What's standing out to you?
Yeah, for sure. I think he's just been extremely resilient and determined and competitive, along with, I think, how diligent he's been every day with his work and what he has to do. Whether it's a high intensity day or a day where he's just kind of recovering and trying to recoup and regain some energy and get ready for that next challenge. So it's just difficult day in and day out, and just staying sharp in that mindset, and those challenges and continuing have to elevate day after day, playing every other day, which playing 4 games in a week, it's can be very taxing. You're playing more games than have off days. So, been impressive how he's been able to manage that and continuing to challenge himself and keep that sharpness and competitiveness that's been really successful for him and us this year.
Hey John, how key is it to have that defense group back healthy now, and the ability to spread out the minutes in that 6?
It's always huge. Obviously, injuries come whenever they come, and we had a lot early, and lots of guys stepped up. Team really found its identity through that, and then when you add elite players, experienced players, guys that can manage different situations, different roles, it's huge. So. Of course, we want to be as healthy as you can be, and in that aspect, we've had great showing from a lot of guys, but no question, having that experience and the skill sets and the continuity too. I think just a lot of guys have been here for a while now. Just a good sense and feel for each other and how we play and reading off one another. I think is something that is underrated as well.
What's the challenge Pasternak provides? I know we ask you a lot about Bergeron and that center matchup, but what do you make of David there?
He's an extremely creative player. You always have to expect the unexpected, and you can never take never take your eye off on him, or just just his ability to kind of get open and find space and get different types of shots off, or use his deception. I think he scores goals in many different ways, but obviously just an extremely creative and dynamic player that that can beat you off the rush, is strong on the cycle. Obviously finds soft spots to get his shot away, or like I said, use that deception to draw people in and find the open man. So, you just try to limit those opportunities. Want to protect the middle of the ice, and obviously the best you can, make him have to really work when he doesn't have the puck and have to get it. So, he's maybe not as fresh as he'd like to be able to challenge you.
Riding a croc, one riding a shark, and then just the city outlines. The white look, I think, looks sick though. Yeah, I mean that's kind of just the idea of him. want to do something cool for the All-Star game. Don't really get to customize a lot of stuff as hockey players. So obviously Austin's done a great job of it this year with his skates and everything like that. So Drew and I decided to try and make something up. There's another treat coming that I already have as well that will probably get worn at one of the games too, but that one's going to be a little bit more, I guess, show and tell then.
What were the reviews like at practice today from the teammates?
A couple guys thought it was pretty juicy looking. A couple guys were chirping me, but that's what's usually happening with our team. I think everyone probably likes them, but they're never going to say it to your face because it's better just to make fun of you and chirp you. So that's how this team rolls.
It looked like Alex was playfully kind of flipping putts.
Yeah. Him and Haller were trying to get some scuff marks on him early, so obviously it's going to happen eventually, but try to keep him as white as possible until just that Saturday or Friday.
Obviously, the first special occasion. Can you ever see yourself wearing them in a regular game?
I don't know. I mean, not those ones. Those ones are way too flashy. Tried to do the coloring kind of, Miami kind of vibe, I guess, with the blue and pink. But maybe something a little more just casual. But try to think eventually try and get a little bit more creative with my skates. Knowing that now Drew and I can do this, so try to see something in the future and try and figure it out. Definitely for my charity event this summer, the Marner Assist Foundation, definitely going to make a pair of skates or two for that one and auction them off for charity.
What do you make of how Ilya's handling the workload?
Great. He's been awesome for us. Every time he's in that net, we got a lot of confidence in him. So, he's done a great job just with, the new surroundings around him and everything like that, and just really taking it in and, taking our team where it needs to go.
What about his personality? Morgan was like, great saves, amazing post-game quotes. Like, what stands out to you about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the right thing to say. He's got some unreal quotes. He's a lot of fun to be around. He's got a lot of jokes when he does speak, and he's just got little great one-liners and stuff like that. But he's been a lot of fun to be around, and it's been fun just to see him get his mojo and his swagger.
Big weekend coming up, but how much does this group get up for the last challenge that the Bruins coming up here?
Yeah, that's obviously the main focus is. We got one more game, and it's obviously a real big one against a very good team that is going to come and give it their all.
What do you make of Mitch's skates?
No, they're great. I like them a lot. Obviously, they're out there. Like the white, you don't really see white a lot on skates, but I like them, and obviously he designed them himself. I saw Zeus on them and a little Florida background, so they're pretty cool.
What are you making of how Ilya's handling the workload?
Yeah, I think Sammy's been great for us. Obviously, with Matt going down is unfortunate, but I think Sammy stepped up his last few games. He's been unbelievable for us, and we trust him back there. And so he's a great guy in the room, and he's doing well on the ice.
What's it going to take to beat the Bruins tomorrow?
Yeah, I think obviously they're playing good hockey right now, and I think they lost the last couple, so obviously they're coming in looking for a win before the break. So we just got to play a good defensive sound hockey and capitalize on our chances when we get the offense. But I think we got to worry about our D side first, and then the rest will follow.
The all-white skate looks by Mitch.
Looks like a guy headed to the All-Star game.
Sheldon, does Ilya lose anything by missing practice, or does the team lose anything by having that rest, or how do you, balance it when you give them the day off?
Yeah, I don't think the team loses anything. I think, the goalies, themselves are separate from the practice and separate from anything that we're doing. It's all about the goalie's preparation, and today it was determined that was the best way to approach the day for him, and he'll see it again in the morning tomorrow. It's all about preparing for one game, really. That's the unique nature of this, is you're really just preparing for the one game, and despite the day off yesterday, it was decided that was the best way to approach today for Sammy, and he'll be ready for tomorrow.
What is impressing you the most about the way he's navigating this heavy workload and emotional games, right? Like Countryman and Ned, Vezina winner, old team.
Yeah, it's been really great how he's just kept a level head about it. I think he made it known that when we played out in Washington, or whenever that was now, that it was a game that he was nervous and uncomfortable in, and he looked that way in the net. But it was a chance for him to grow from that experience, knowing that there was going to be more times where he would be uncomfortable going ahead. And then there's another one the other night, right? He has not a great night, and our team doesn't have a great night in front of him when he has to go in sort of unannounced or without preparation, and he has to bounce back from that against his old team, the very next game. So I thought he managed that very well. I think he's managed it very well in the days in between in terms of just coming in with a good attitude and a good approach to get to work and do what Curtis is asking from him. So it's been really great to see him grow through this.
Sheldon, your top 6 and D are in order now. How key is it once you guys get back to spread those minutes around and know that those people are capable of doing a lot of things? You're not relying on just a couple of them.
Yeah, it is important. You know, we'll see how it all shakes out. I think what's nice about having all 6 is it just slots everybody in nicely in terms of assignments and matchups and all of those types of things. And then the minutes is the next piece, and we'll see how that goes. But you got guys like Riley and Brody in particular that can and will take on a lot of minutes. You know, it's a balance, right? I mean, everybody talks about managing the minutes and load management or whatever it might be, but you got to win the hockey games. You got to play and you got to compete. It's still a lot of hockey left to be played here, so we're just going to keep our focus on deploying our guys the best we can. And I've said it before, it's one thing when you have injuries and such and you're forced to adapt and adjust and your team kind of rallies around those types of moments. But the moment you start making decisions and, you know, maybe playing guys that you wouldn't otherwise play because of who you have on your bench, I think that changes the mindset of your team a little bit. All of a sudden the players start to wonder and question, why are we playing like this, or why are we changing things? So that's on me to manage the energy level of the players while still maintaining the focus of our team, most importantly.
What have you liked from Winston to kind of get another shot here again? It feels like the roster's kind of constructed.
Yeah, you know, when I looked at our game in Ottawa, and one of the things that I didn't like in that game is I thought we were at a time when things weren't going well. I thought that we were real quiet in that game, both in our performance and on our bench, and that's something that Simmer brings. He livens the group, and I really liked what he brought in that sense on the bench and such the other night, and I thought he and his line did a good job for us, and I thought he brought something very similar when we played out in Boston. So, you know, for that reason, you know, you want to keep him involved and know that he's an important guy, despite the fact that he hasn't played a lot. You know, what he brings is unique, and it's nice to have.
How do you explain the Bruins' success this year?
Not just tremendous consistency and buy-in. Obviously, I mean, they have great players. They have had for a very long time now, and they've been a very good team because of that. But they've maintained their ability defensively that they've had. They've been the top of the league in terms of defending for, it feels like, a decade now. And offensively, things have been very good for them there too. So, you know, they've just been more consistent than everybody else in the league, and really in all facets of the game.
How do you view this matchup without Austin?
I'm sorry?
How do you view this matchup without Austin?
I mean, I just view it as any other game. I don't overthink it in terms of who's in or who's out. We got to prepare our team. Our team has the ability to beat anybody, no matter who's in or out. Every team does. You know, this team we're playing against in Boston, they started the season without some very key players, and it didn't faze them one bit. And you know, we've done a good job with no matter who's been in or out on forward or on defense. So that's been a good trait of our team, and you know, we're hoping for that to continue, but that won't be able to be the case unless we just continue to focus on our team game.
Sample size is small, but the power play doesn't seem to miss a beat when Austin is out. What are you noticing? What is allowing that group to still be, you know, productive?
Well, it's just, you know, we still have good players. We got other guys out there, and there's a structure in place that, you know, allows the puck to change hands and get to the net. And you know, you see the goal that Bunt scored the other night. You know, it maybe has a little bit of a different look with the power play when Austin comes out, but then you put another guy like Bunts in there. Now you have him in addition to John, you know, two guys now that are hungry in the slot and then around the net. So there's still some positive things there. Then we saw some of that come out on the fact when we use the 5 forwards. So I think, you know, the fact that when Austin comes out and we don't go to 5 forwards necessarily, but you get Bunts back involved, and he's had that experience now, and what he's taken out of play with those guys with the 5 forwards, I think you've seen some of those benefits from it.